Пані, панове, дякую за чекання. І як винагорода вже тут Павло Клімкін, міністр закордонних справ України. Прошу, пане Павло.
Шановні друзі, шановні колеги.
Esteemed friends, dear colleagues, sorry for this delay. Lots of events and concurrent events at that. I'm very glad to see you all here. I would like to very briefly inform you on the results of the quadrilateral meeting, 5 minutes of work for a walk and 5 hours for a talk, somebody said. So some key issues. And my key priority was effective border control and monitors over OSCE to have full opportunities for monitoring and verification to reach real progress on hostages. Such issues are of utmost importance for bilateral ceasefire, and also we discussed the aspects of humanitarian dimension. And we discussed that unlike our previous Berlin meeting, it's become a tradition not to work on declarations, not to get stuck in the language, but to concentrate on the essence, on the meat of the talks. I would like to tell our colleagues a couple of words in English, with your permission.
It's my pleasure now to inform you on the key results of the meeting of foreign ministers in Berlin, because in the world media now there is a chat about 5 minutes of browsing around and 5 hours of difficult negotiations. For Ukraine, it was clearly about effective control of the border, about the continuous inflow of weapons, mercenaries, heavy weaponry through the border, about shelling from the Russian territory, about clear understanding how to put an end on that. It's of course about real progress, about real breakthrough on hostages. Of course, it's about ensuring that OSCE observers should be present on the ground, should monitor and verify any developments, and it should lead us to future developments, to the bilateral ceasefire aimed at restoring Ukrainian integrity. Many thanks for that. І я буду готовий відповісти на 1-2 запитання, оскільки маю дуже швидко їхати.
I'd like to say a couple of words because I have to leave you with some interfax in Ukraine.
2 brief questions on the results of your yesterday's meeting. As we understand from mass media, Russia is not ready to take any commitments. Is that true? And the second question, at what conditions the meeting between the presidents of Ukraine and Russia is possible? The answer to the first question is very simple. We were talking about executing all the conditions. It's important for us, for the Russian side, to take commitment to influence the terrorists in Lugansk and Donetsk to ensure the efficient control of the border. It is very important that the Russian side takes a commitment in order to ensure the presence of OSCE observers, in order to conduct efficient verification and monitoring. And it is very important to progress on the issue of hostages. And the second question, the heads of the states requested us to have the meeting at the level of the ministers of foreign affairs so that we work on the our further steps for the nearest future. This will be the decision of the heads of state about whether to meet in the nearest days in the Normandy format. You know that there are intensive contacts between, and the Chancellor of Germany and the President of France are all the time in contact, including telephone contact. The heads of state are informed about the results of our negotiations. The microphone, please. Speak into the microphone. There were assumptions made that maybe this meeting will take place in Minsk, in Astana, and the ambassador of Belarus confirmed that there are such proposals. So maybe this will be the meeting in Slovakia on the 29th of August, where they will be marking the uprising in the Second World War. And also, what did your colleague, the Minister Longrou, reply to your requirements? I have the doubt about the Normandy format, that they will meet in the context of interaction with the customs union, any contacts at the level of the ministers of foreign affairs and at the highest level, if they are producing results, if they lead to de-escalation of situation, and if there is a political will of all the sides to that, they are possible. The decision on the dates and on the agenda of these contacts is to be made by the heads of states. One more question, if possible. What did Lavrov tell you? These were very complicated discussions on all the issues. I understand that Russian side today is not ready to take all the commitments as to ensuring the presence of the OSCE, as to the efficient control on Russian-Ukrainian border, and they're not ready to recognize the facts of the permanent crossing of borders by mercenaries and by heavy artillery and the effects of shelling from Russian territory, and these were the main issues that we were discussing. How do you assess the fact that the Germany refused to render military assistance to Ukraine? And the second question is about the visit of Angela Merkel, which is to take place on the 23rd. First of all, no one refuses in assistance nor in cooperation. I mentioned in the interview to the German radio, and my words caused a big discussion, that the further development of cooperation in this sphere is very important. All our partners are ready to work in this direction. They have different understanding of what should be the terms and the volumes and scope of such assistance. And as to the visit of the Chancellor, which is planned just on the eve of the national holiday, that is not just an ordinary visit. I would like to emphasize that. That is the visit which is the result of very close personal contacts between the President of Ukraine and Chancellor of Germany. This visit will take place just on the eve of the national holiday. This will be a very interesting visit from the point of view of the content. And I do hope that the representatives of mass media will have many interesting opportunities talking about its coverage. And thank you for your attention. Thank you for finding time to share this information. Thank you.